Pivot tables allow you to combine, compare, and analyze large amounts of data. Before creating a pivot table, ensure your data is organized in a tabular format. This means each column should have a header, with no empty columns or rows within your data range. Next, select the cells you want to create a pivot table from. Navigate to Insert and select Pivot Table. In the dialog box, choose Current Selection and click OK. In the Pivot Table Setup window, you'll see your column headers displayed as buttons. You can drag these heading buttons into different sections to customize your pivot table's layout. For example, drag Region to Row fields, Product to Column fields, and Revenue to Data fields. This setup will calculate the total revenue by region and product. You can customize additional settings under the Options section. Total columns and total rows are checked by default to include summary totals in your table. Add Filter option allows you to add a filter to your pivot table for more precise data viewing. When enabled, this filter option displays filter drop-downs directly in the pivot table for each column or field, compared to the filters in the field layout boxes, which allow you to filter the entire table by specific values, such as selecting only certain months or products. Show Expand Collapse buttons adds buttons that let you quickly expand or collapse detailed data within your pivot table categories. Named Range allows you to select a predefined range of cells by name. This is useful if you already have a specific range saved as a named range. Selection lets you specify the range from your spreadsheet that will be used as the data source for the pivot table. In the example shown, the range indicates that the data from cells A1 to F7 in Data 2024 sheet will be used. New Sheet in the Destination section creates the pivot table in a new sheet within your workbook. Named Range allows you to place the pivot table within a specific range that has been predefined by name. Finally, Selection allows you to place the pivot table in a specific area within the current sheet. Once your layout is ready, click OK. The pivot table will now appear in the spreadsheet, summarizing your data by the fields you chose. To add a filter to your pivot table, right-click inside the table and select Properties. In the Layout window, drag a field like Month to the Filters area and click OK. Now a drop-down appears in the table, letting you filter data by specific months. To customize your data calculations, go to Properties and double-click a field in the Data Fields area. Choose from the available options to adjust your calculation and click OK to apply. To visualize your data, add a chart based on the pivot table. Start by clicking anywhere in the pivot table, then go to Insert, Chart. Select a chart type suited to your data and click Finish to add it. The chart will now appear, dynamically linked to your pivot table data. And that's how you can quickly set up a pivot table to analyze your data.